down low. It's been fun. Um, and I was about to message him, and something just came over to me. I really miss my girlfriend. Um, I never made it to second base with her, which is embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. But there was this girl, her name was Emmy, or Emma, but I called her Emmy. And messaged her on Bumble. And at first, she didn't give me her number so easily, but we had like a few messages back and forth, and I forgot how I asked it, but I finally got her number, and we just spoke for like hours. I'm talking like 3 or 4 hours the first time we got on the phone with each other, and something was just so special about that. And this continued for like 3 or 4 more days. We spoke 3 or 4 hours nonstop, and then we FaceTimed, met her friends on camera, and then we hung out for our first date. We went and played tennis. I told her my favorite drink was LaCroix, and she brought this like strawberry lemon LaCroix, and had it all set up on the bench when I got there 30 minutes late because I never leave on time or before on time. And then we kept talking, and it just didn't work out because I hated my job. She failed her dental hygiene test 3 times. I even like met her parents her dad over the phone. Like, it fell apart because we both didn't have our lives together. But it's like I really missed her, and I don't know what's wrong with me. I know this thing exists, but it's like I'm too much of a coward to admit that I fall into that kind of person. Obviously, bisexuality gets thrown out there a lot, and it's like bi romantic, sexually attracted to guys. But I'm gonna say this, and I don't care if I lose subscribers. I don't care if I get a lot of mean comments about this. This is how I feel, and I'm not gonna apologize for how I feel. I feel like it was fun experimenting with men at first, but I'm 25, and it lasted for like 2 or 3 years, and now it's not fun anymore. Like, I just don't really enjoy it whatsoever. And I'll talk more about this later, but I really miss having a relationship. And some people say, oh, well, you're romantically attracted to women, but not, sexually. And the truth is, I just have a really hard time getting a girl in bed with me because I don't have my life figured out. I don't have a lot of things figured out. I was born with a lot of problems socially and health-wise that a lot of people just did not experience when they were kids. I was shocked that people didn't miss school like for weeks every year like I did. I just had a really rough time, and when you have a rough time, you don't have a lot of self-confidence. And when you have a rough time, it's really hard to attract a girl versus attracting a guy. I can just go on the app, and a couple messages later, I have someone over here ready to worship me. Where as a girl, it takes like usually a bunch of dates. Unless you have a ton of charisma and a ton of, muscles, it's really hard to attract a girl. And then going back to not having my life together, I don't have a lot of money anymore. I did maybe a year or two ago when I worked my 9 to 5, but it wasn't sustainable for me. And now I'm back to square one, and I don't have a lot of money at the moment, but I still have that really intense feeling or need for love and romance and touch and sex. And it's not like I'm not attracted to women, it's just like really like way harder and more difficult for me to get one. And there's been girls, like I remember when I was in college, I went to a club by myself and I was still able to like pick up some girls. They didn't go to my college, so I thought they were kind of weird that they were there, you know, partying at a college town. Looking back, it's not weird. It's just me being weird and sheltered. But like she literally handed me a condom and, you know, told me her address. And I was like, here, I'll talk to you later. And I ended up talking to other people. Like a loser. So like I had opportunities in front of me, and like my first girlfriend had opportunities there, but I was like this really shy Catholic boy that really believed in Christianity. Like I looked up, like, if I jerk off, am I going to hell? Like, that's the kind of crazy literal kind of way I took it. Sorry, my dog started eating food, but I've always, you know, fantasized about women. It's just really, really hard for me to, you know, show them like, hey, I want it. I don't know. And then other thing that goes through my mind is like, maybe I'm just asexual. And I don't think asexual is an actual sexuality. I don't care if that upsets people, because from my personal experience, my feelings of asexuality are happening because I'm extremely stressed, not stable, and I did some blood work and it showed that I had low testosterone. And that's embarrassing. Or like the free floating, I don't know, there's like different kinds of testosterone, I guess. But yeah. So I'm just, you know, I just like started missing and craving that connection I had with that girl, Emmy. It was really, really special. Like I felt like she actually got me, or like she didn't get me, but she wanted to understand me. And you just don't get that with a guy. Maybe you get it, but you get it in a different way. You just don't get that, like, you know, other person being so different, growing up with different, you know, just, you know, it's way different to be a girl. You just get a completely different kind of perspective. And looking back at it, I really, really miss that. And now I live in LA, and it's like, I don't even know how I'm ever gonna find anyone today. And it's just, it's tough, dude. It's really, really tough. And I know some people are like bi, romantic. I only have sex with dudes because I get horny and I just feel desperate. And that's what a lot of like rich, like there's this one really rich guy. We'll talk about him later. We never ended up meeting in person. But he was trying to give me genuine advice. Maybe it was genuine, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just for me to be attracted to him. But he kept telling me like, I need to stop the hookups. I need to stop the hookups. I need to stop the hookups. When I used to party, I used to have, you know, a new guy in my bed once or twice a week. And I need to stop the hookups. I need to get to know people. And it's really hard because I really, really have really low social skills. It's really hard for me to be social. And I've been on so many dates. I've been on so many dates with dudes. I've been on like at least 5 or 6 dates this year with dudes. And it just doesn't click, dude. It just doesn't click. It's like one of us has to play the female role, or both of us have to play the female role. You know, both guys kind of have to tone down their masculinity. And I know a lot of people are like, well, then, you know, that's not true, you know. Gay men like other gay, you know, like men in the relationship. And at the end of the day, someone has to, like, you know, be the passive one in the relationship. Most of the time, maybe not. Maybe you can both be active and then you find a third, and then I don't know how that works out, dude. I don't know how that works out. Yeah, you could say I have some homophobia, and I definitely have some internalized homophobia. But at the same time, I also like fantasize about girls. I fantasize a lot about girls. And it's like, how many years am I going to spend trying to tell myself that I'm gay? I've been trying that for like 4 years now, and it's just not clicking at all. You know, I watched gay adult stuff on my phone because, you know, it was like a fetish. And I didn't even know about straight entertainment, you know? I just always watched the gay stuff because that was the first thing I saw on the internet. So yeah, I don't know. I just made this video because it's been a while since I made a video, and I just want to put out on the internet how I actually feel. And it takes a lot of courage to come out and make a video like this. I know people in the comments are telling me how bad of a person I am, how bad my videos are. And it's just like, you try coming on the internet and putting your actual thoughts, actual feelings. You try doing it. It's really tough, and I have a lot of respect for people that make those genuine videos.